What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on Mike Babcock being allowed to talk to other teams by the Red Wings, and the two teams that he's spoken to, the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Obviously, both great fits for Babcock. I think he'd do a fantastic job in both places. I think the Sabres would give. Actually, I think they both give him a lot of autonomy within the organization in terms of being the coach and general manager, and being able to make those decisions in terms of personnel and drafting and developmental players, and really taking advantage of everything he's learned the last decade in Detroit. So that's something to keep an eye on. But I think Edmonton will be in the mix as well. Maybe Philly, maybe Boston. I was going to say if Montreal loses, maybe the Habs. I don't see that situation coming to fruition. Again, I'd say it's Buffalo, Toronto, and Edmonton, having the best shot time. And Detroit's still in the running. I would not rule out the Red Wings in terms of retaining Babcock services. But, we've never really seen such a highly sought-after free agent coach before, that wasn't fired or, relieved his duties or, whatever. Usually coaches are locked up, and Babcock wants to test the market and set a precedent for coaches in the NHL, and that's definitely respectable. And if he signs with another team, the Red Wings get a third-round pick, which is good compensation as far as I'm concerned. I think that's a fair deal, and it also allows the Wings the Wings to make a move with their coaching staff if he does leave, and allows him to get established at his new job in a timely enough fashion to be calling the shots at the draft and in free agency. So that's I think a win-win for both sides. And again, the Wings get a third-round pick for if they do indeed lose the services. So I can't wait to see what happens. I think it's definitely going to be a game-changing move. I think Buffalo may have a slightly brighter future than the Leafs. I think Toronto's a slightly more appealing job. The hockey capital of the world. I know Babcock spent a lot of his time out west, I think in Saskatchewan, but he's a Toronto area, born in the Toronto area in Ontario. So any one of a number of scenarios could happen, and again, I've been saying all year, don't rule out Babcock staying in Detroit, because the Ilitch family, Kenny Holland, all down to the players, they know what it's all about, they know what it takes to win. Detroit's in a tough spot, but in terms of not having a lot of high lottery picks, but they draft well, they develop well, and might be worth sticking around. Just stick with what works. Anyway, that's like some of the Power Play with CJ and Mike Babcock talking about Leafs and Sabres. Stay tuned for episodes for the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.